I am a barrister, but I believe that the justice system is fundamentally unjust and rooted in unfairness. And I ask myself every single day, what am I doing with my life? My journey to being a lawyer is rooted in an inherent sense of trying to do what's right, and also because I kind of like talking a lot. The fact it was a profession that my community highly respected it, and one of those ones that, you know, your parents will brag about to the aunties and uncles, you guys know what I mean, right? Was just an added bonus to the journey, in that it would make my parents very proud. In that sense, where I am is a huge gift and a blessing. So how did I get here? There was a day in year 8 when I was walking home from school, and a local boy spat the word Taliban at me. The day was 11th of September 2001. The day that arguably changed the face of the earth. Who knew that that incident in year 8 would crystallise everything that I went on to learn about myself in the years that followed? I will not apologise for who I am, and I will call out bullshit wherever I see it. In a post-9/11 background of the politicisation and demonisation of my faith and my community, where all Muslims were the enemy, I pursued the bar. I believed it was going to be my way of fighting injustice and changing the world. And I defied the odds to get here because, you know, guys, barristers aren't people like me. They're not brown, they're not poor, they're not from crappy schools in inner cities. They're la-di-da, Oxbridge types that wear those really pretentious little rings on their little fingers. No offence to anybody who might have one.
You're lucky I lost mine.
Which made me want to do it even more, and 10 times as well. But whilst I was smashing all of those professional and academic hurdles, those other cultural stereotypes of what a woman is supposed to be like didn't stop. Being too successful, being unmarriable, being intimidating because you have a voice and God forbid you dare to use it. Why aren't you the girl that's going to be making round chapatis for your husband for dinner every night? And it's like, sorry love, I've been busy getting my degrees and my legal training. It's as if I didn't quite fit into either of the worlds. But I continued because I believed. Fast forward nearly 7 years, and here I am. Since starting out as a barrister, not since year 8. On paper, I guess you could say I've made it. I graduated at the top of my year in law, got myself a master's and went on to complete bar school. I'm at one of the best barristers' chambers in the country, have managed to get a number of awards and scholarships for things I doubt I even deserve, and currently on one of the biggest cases our country has seen. The perfect poster girl, I guess you could say, for social mobility. But am I fighting injustice and am I changing the world? When I operate within a system where I am often the only person of colour in a courtroom, other than the defendant that I'm representing. When over 40% of young people in prison are from Black and Asian minority ethnic groups. Just let that statistic digest. When the everyday person has no clue what their rights are or how to enforce them. Or when structural racism is entrenched in the law. Stop and search, draconian counter-terror policies, and you guys know the rest. My young and passionate and rose-tinted view of wanting to change the world has roughened its edges over the years. More real and reflective of lived experiences and reality. Understanding now that law, or being a lawyer, was never the answer alone. But the platform and privilege it gives me may very well be. My mission has now evolved. It is to speak truth when navigating unfair systems of power, to be the thorn and to do what is right even when it's the hard thing to do, to open doors for others like me so that we can slowly change what these systems of power look like, making them real and representative of real everyday people like us. To simply be a decent person in this rat race where morals, compassion and integrity seem to be lost. I consider this to be an absolute duty, but also a collective responsibility. So when I ask myself now, what am I doing with my life? I don't have all the answers to those questions. The system's going to continue being unfair, and I will continue to ask myself questions. But I try and remember that there is something far beyond me, far beyond this. And I'm just a part of that puzzle, put on this earth where I am right now, here in time, because this is where I am supposed to be. Trying to do what I can with my platform in service of others. I know that each and every one of you in this room have had your own individual journey, your own struggles, your own adversities. It is that which gives you the tremendous power to make a difference and shine the light for others. Whatever your journey has been to where you are now, I invite all of you to ask yourselves, what are you doing with your platform and your privilege? How are you trying to use it in service of others? And how are we collectively trying to change our world? Thank you.